Hey, everybody, welcome back to day 29 of the art unit. So I missed a few days. I apologize for that. I only missed I don't know, like one or two. So apologize for being really busy. But I'm back with the first day of the project. Sorry, I was not able to introduce it to you guys, so I'm gonna do that today, along with some background work today. Tomorrow we will have character work, and then the next day we'll have objects work. All right, so Anne Frank project, let's dive into that. But before we dive in, we're going to go over some quick new announcements. So, first, the art project will be uploaded along with our notes to somewhere else. So, the Canvas course is published, but we will be using that for our next unit so that it's a fresh start. Fresh start, canvas. So we're going to be using it for our next unit, not this unit, because this unit is almost over, so it doesn't really make sense to start using it now. So I'm going to quickly name the Canvas course to our next unit, which will probably be in May, because I don't know how long the unit's going to be. I also don't know what unit it is going to be yet. And yeah, how we're going to schedule that. Um, and then second, for the test, I'm not sure if there's going to be a test or an open-ended question for this unit. But if there is, the unit will be extended for a few days in April to do that. And for the writing bit, which will be about the Holocaust. So it'll be like claim, evidence, writing, stuff like that on paper or on computer, I'm not too sure. But it will be about and the Holocaust. So you'll have a claim. You'll need to find evidence in the book to finish that. So April we might be doing that, the test and the writing bit. So maybe May or June will be our next unit. All right, and if there's anything I forgot to tell you guys, I'll tell you in this video. Alrighty, so now our project. So our project is going to be where we're painting the cover of the book. I know you guys can't really see that. There we go. We're painting the cover of the book. So today we're practicing the background for today, and that's it for today. Okay, tomorrow we'll be drawing the character, and then we will be drawing, not painting the character, because I think painting the character would be too hard. So today we're practicing the background, which is all black. Okay. Tomorrow we will be drawing the character, and then as long with the background here, we're gonna be ignoring Anne's family members. So Otto, Margaret, Edith, and then Peter's family. We're gonna be ignoring all the people in the back, but we're not gonna be ignoring all the background in it. Okay, so we're gonna be drawing the kitchen as long with a background. So I'll go over how we're gonna do that once I show the canvas. And then, introduction to project materials. So rest of this will be in the document camera. And that is it for the slide. So let's head over to the document camera. Alrighty. Okay. So what you'll need today is you'll need your palette. Okay, and right here I have paint, and I'm gonna get myself settled here. And I'm gonna bounce around between paints. So the one I'm using right now is these paints right here, which I got from Christmas. Be cool. Um, but I want to save the black. So I'm only using a bit of black there. And then I'm going to be bouncing around between these paints, which are, small paints. Okay, I'm going to be using the black for this, which is using this one right here. And then a substitute is the pasta marker right here, which you can put in the palette here, and then you use water, and it turns into paint really easily. Also, if you don't have paint with you, you can easily use a Crayola marker, okay, and you can put it in the paint palette. Oops, I got paint on my finger. You can put it in the paint palette, and you can put water on it, and it turns into paint. Same if you have pasta markers, it also turns into paint. And if you don't have markers, then I would suggest buying paint. Like if you're participating in this and you don't have markers, or like expo markers won't work for this, because if you try to turn those into paint, all that marker will just sort of fly away from the water and not turn into paint. So exo markers won't work. What are they called? Colored pencils won't work because they're just colored graphite. They won't turn into paint. So you need expo markers or Posca markers, or you can use these if you have these. Watercolored markers, they're pretty great too. You can put them on paper, and then you can put water on them and they turn into paint really easily, or you can put them on the palette as well. But if you don't have any of those materials, and if you want to participate, I would highly suggest getting those materials. Alright, so that's what I'm gonna be bouncing around between. Is after I use all of this paint, then I'll probably use either this paint or this. Probably this more likely. But I have options, and black might turn into like a black grayish. So if it turns out gray, that's fine. We're gonna use gray. If it turns out like that. All right, so the canvas. I'm dropping my brushes. Okay, so I tried to match the cover pretty well, if I would say. But I got a pencil mark on it, so we're gonna have to cover that up. So it's kind of a reference, right? I got paint on my fingers, ignore that. And then what my canvas really looks like. Or whatever. So today we're gonna do black paint on the bottom. This is gonna be the brown table, so we're not painting that today. This is gonna be black, and this is gonna be black. Notice I did leave sort of a pencil mark there. That was when erasing that line and putting it over here. So we're gonna try to cover that up tomorrow when we do the character. Because when we're doing the character tomorrow, we're also going to be drawing this background with the kitchen and then some sort of background, maybe the staircase as well, as long with the kitchen. So, that's that. It doesn't look perfect. If we can't cover this line out, that's fine. I mean, I already had to reuse the canvases, so I don't want to keep going through my canvas. So we're gonna start with the bottom bit of over here. And again, apologies if it turns out gray. That's not my fault, it's paint's fault. you can go ahead and get started. I had to grab some more towels. This is blacker than I thought. And don't worry if you accidentally go like beyond the line boundary. We'll paint that over so it'll be just fine. My desk, as you can see, is getting all messy. Let's check real quick if I have some sort of cleaning whites. So go ahead if you haven't finished the bottom. Go ahead and finish that real quick. I'm gonna go check if I have some whites to clean this off. Alrighty. I do have some cleaning wipes to clean off my desk, so no worries. And if it's not fully covered, that's okay. Okay. Because all you'll be looking at like so this part is not fully covered by black, but you'll be looking at it like this way. So you won't be even focusing on the bottom because paint works go this way. So you won't even be paying attention to the bottom part. So it's all good. We're running out of black paint here, so we need to keep going on the background. And if at any point you need to clear out your water, go ahead and do that. I'd highly suggest doing that. Because I'm gonna do that right now. Sure. It's getting a little messy. We're spilling water. Isn't that great? I spilled all over the floor. Yes, it's there. Hold up. Hold up. So I'm gonna pause here for a quick second. Go ahead and finish on up with the bottom part. Um, kind of back. I had to clean up the floor a little bit because it's getting messy. Next will be my desk. I think I have some Clorox wipes to clean all this up. Okay. We're trying to wrap this up here. As I put water on that, it kind of made it lighter, which we don't want. But and we got some black in here. We're gonna paint over that with brown as the table on day 3 of this. And okay, I think what I'll do here, conserve paint, or here I'll provide myself with, and it's a bit more of a paint, but after that I'm not going to use anymore. Okay. So after that is gone, I think I will convert to the marker. Oh my god. See, I'm getting paint on the bottom part where the table is going to be. Um, long as with her photograph, yeah, photographs, scissors, diary, and her ink. As we can see, she's using NDE. as long as it's a pen, or not pen, the little scrape, like scraper pen you use for the in the ink. All right, get my last bit here. Let me get some fresh water. One of this time. All right, and that's going to wrap it up for the background today. If we need to apply more, we can, but I'm gonna stop us there today. All right. Oh my God. Stop going beyond it. All right. Okay. I'm gonna stop us there for today. Okay. So let's start cleaning up our workspace, and I'll get back with you guys when my workspace is cleaned up. But as you can see here, much better. Okay, I cleaned it with a Clorox white. So Clorox helps, is the chemical that helps, like, get, if you can't really wipe it with water, wipe it with Clorox, and it, like, helps really well get, like, stains off. All right, so our painting, and I'll show it up here in a second. If you got paint in this section right here, don't worry about that too much. I'm a little worried when the brown comes in contact with this, because brown and black mix together. So we'll try our best to paint this over with the brown. I don't think we're going to be painting the objects on that are on the table, such as the photographs, the scissors, her diary, the ink, the pen. We'll just kind of ignore all those objects for now. So tomorrow we will be drawing the character with pencil and then some color. And then we'll also be doing some painting, as we'll be drawing in the background, and then we'll kind of like paint it in. So you'll need paint tomorrow. Not black, thankfully. Probably gray. But we'll see as I set up the PowerPoint for that tomorrow. So I'm gonna set this on my paint canvas. You can set this anywhere you want to dry. Okay. It might not be fully black, but that's okay. We did the background today, and now we're done with it. So I'm gonna put it on my paint canvas. Okay, and it's gonna be set here to dry. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it, and that is it for today. That's going to wrap it up. You can put your materials away now. I have my paint palette and my big paintbrush in the other room. They're drying, so I'm going to keep those out because I will need them tomorrow. We'll need them tomorrow, so just have them laying out, drying, and that's it. That's it. Gonna be it for today. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be diving in to the character. We'll be drawing it with a pencil, so have a pencil ready. And then either after or before we do the character, I'm not too sure quite yet. We'll do because this is like the stairs to the attic. So we might do some stairs in the background and then the kitchen on the other side, like just the like this table and the windows, and then the character in front. As long as with some colors that we might paint some colors in. Yeah, we're gonna paint colors in definitely. And yeah, that's gonna be it for tomorrow. And then the 31st, or um next day after that, we're gonna be doing some objects, which is basically the desk. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then we're gonna submit it. And I will tell you guys on the objects day how we're gonna submit this. Okay, it's not gonna be through Canvas, it's gonna be someone else that I've decided. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications so you don't miss another video from me, and comment down below how your guys' works. Alrighty? And I will see you guys tomorrow.